Welcome to my Rumble Live. I'm your host, Doug Robbins, and welcome to the first ever episode of DJ Reviews Horror. And this week's episode will be about Chucky the TV series. Now, before I talk about Chucky the TV series, guys, you got to realize something. I was born in 1987, and Child's Play came out in 1988, and literally since I was 2 years old, I've been a fan of that shit. And 1, 2, and 3, that trilogy is the best trilogy, not only that I've ever seen, but it's the best horror trilogy by far. Like, as far as I'm concerned, there is no trilogy of films, meaning the first three films in a franchise, that are more perfect, as far as I'm concerned, than the first three Child's Plays. And once Child's Play got away from being called Child's Play, it quit being good, and it quit being what it initially was, which was just about serial killer Charles Lee Ray getting trapped inside that doll and causing havoc in Andy Barclay's life. That's all that series needed to be. Now, Chucky, the TV series, is probably the best thing Don Mancini's done since the third one. But I'm here to tell you right now, if you're a fan of Don Mancini, you may not want to listen to this. Because that cocksucker, and he's literally a cocksucker, he's full-blown gay, but that son of a bitch, David Kirshner is the producer. Tom Holland is the director of the original Child's Play. Don Mancini wrote the Chucky and Child's Play movies, okay? This dumb cocksucker had to have the director and the producer save his stupid ass from his bad ideas. If Chucky would have been how Don Mancini wanted it, if you've ever seen Pinocchio's Revenge, okay, it's very similar in premise. The killer was never alive. The doll was never alive in that one. It was the kid's id, okay? That little girl went to an asylum. She legitimately turned out to be the killer. And guess what? That's what Child's Play would have been under Don Mancini's stupid idea. How did Chucky, quote unquote, come to life under old brilliant Don Mancini's fucking suggestion? Well, you see, the Chucky doll was gonna have this blood, and they could bleed, and to fix them when they had their cuts or wounds, what you would do is you would take a fucking a Band-Aid, and you would sell the Band-Aids, and they could stop the bleeding. And how Andy was going to bring Chucky to life in this version was through a blood pack. Andy was going to cut his hand and fuse the blood with the doll. This would have been Don Mancini's dumbass idea, okay? This is how stupid he is. Thank God for David Kirshner and Tom Holland saying, no, you dumb queer fuck. We're going to have Chucky come to life through voodoo. Now, you can laugh at that all you want. I would much rather have it be through voodoo, and I would much rather have it be through Chucky being the killer than Andy. The only movie I want a 6-year-old being the killer is called Halloween. and not for an entire 92 minutes. I know the original Child's Play is only 88 minutes, but the original Halloween's like 92 minutes. With that being said, and I think there's other stupid shit that. Oh yeah, Don wanted an army of Chuckies, and his queer ass got to live out his little fucking dream in Cult of Chucky, which is part 7, and in the Chucky TV series, where there's an army of Chuckies. Fucking retarded shit. There's only one Chucky, and that's Chucky. You don't split your fucking doll spirit and all that crap. Fuck all that stupid shit. Now, moving along from that, nobody in 1998, the same year Halloween Resurrection came out, and the same year Bride of Chucky came out, 1991, we watched Child's Play 3, and we watched Chucky die. He got chopped up in the fan. By far, that was the perfect way to kill Chucky. He's got half an arm, missing hand, half a face, and the evil Charles Lee Ray has to scream and panic. He can't hold on to anything. He can just watch those blades get closer and closer as he tumbles near and scream and panic and die afraid like he made so many people die. Poetic justice. Beautiful, chef's kiss type of moment. Great, great ending. Fucking great demise of Chucky. Can't be topped. Will never be topped. Fucking badass moment. And then what happens? Well, old Donna Mancini, 1998 comes out with Bride of Chucky. It's more satirical. There's that Alexis Arquette, who was that confused motherfucker. His ugly ass was in Pulp Fiction. He's one of the fuckers that gets shot. Made an ugly ass dude. Made an even uglier ass fucking tranny. And they literally included a gay dude named David. And it was satirical, and it wasn't Chucky. It wasn't funny. It wasn't scary. It was just retarded. And even my mom, who has literally a gay aunt with like a wife or a girlfriend or whatever the fuck, legitimately, liberal from Massachusetts, the first time, because I went to go see Bride of Chucky with my mom and brother back in 98, and, the gay dude named David, the best friend, even, she didn't say the exact words, but her sentiment was, yeah, what the hell was that about? You know what I'm saying? So when even someone like that from fucking Massachusetts is like, what's this nonsense? Just because you're gay does not mean that you have to put your shit in all our faces. And again, they do kill David in that, which is good. But over the years, it's just been after part 3, the more control old Donna, got control, the more this cocksucker has ruined my franchise. Now, enough of that. Let's go to the Child's Play, the Chucky TV series. Again, let's get the bad shit out of the way so then we can focus on a little more positivity. Holy shit, guys. Like I said, the stupid Army Chucky You got Jennifer Tilly, John Waters, Glenn Glenda bullshit. You've got there needs to only be Chucky as the villain. Please get rid of his family. It'll never happen. But please, for the love of God, somebody out there, please save Chucky from. And again, you know that motherfucker will never give out the rights because you know he doesn't have a career. Like he's got to make all this shit gay and stupid because he won't get a career after this crap. Um, Again, even Rohan Campbell, who played Corey Cunningham in Halloween Ends, even he found himself in the remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night. And again, had a love interest playing a killer with not a heart of gold, but you know what I mean? Like you can kind of empathize with him, yada, yada, yada. And, fun fact, the chick in the Silent Night, Deadly Night, I haven't seen it, but the old chick that was one of the cuckoos in the asylum in Cult of Chucky was in that Rohan Campbell Silent Night, Deadly Night. So I was like, okay, that's kind of cool seeing a Chucky relation. And uh, Orphan First Kill, which is the remake to Orphan, which Leslie McGoldrick or Gold McGoldrick or whatever the fuck wrote the original Orphan. He wrote Conjuring 3 and 4. Michael Chavez directed those last two. And I know this is off topic, but I don't know why the Hayes brothers, Carrie and Chad Hayes, who wrote the first two Conjurings, why they didn't come back for the last ones, I don't know. And why James Wan only directed the first two, I don't know. But it is what it is. Um, but his one thing I didn't like about the Chucky TV series, I didn't like the anti-Christian sentiment. I didn't like all the fucking nonsense bullshit. Just stupid. Everything that had to do with Glenn, Glenda, Tiffany, and all that bullshit was just retarded. Now, going through the first few episodes, I have to say, again, Devon Sawa plays the dad. And again, I felt bad for the main character, Jake, because again, he's a quote unquote sensitive soul, and he lost his mom. Ouch. He lost his mom. I can't remember if it was a car accident or what, but he's an artist. The dad, he's like, Jake, we can't fucking afford to go to, send you to the art school. It's too expensive. And again, that's relatable. You don't have enough money to give your kid. And um, again, his nephew and Devon Sawa, the dad, you know, were kind of mean and rude to Jake because he was gay, which is funny because Junior is Jake's cousin. And if that little queer looking motherfucker is hating anybody for being gay, I'm like, son, look in the mirror. Like, yeah, you can pretend to be banging Lexi Cross all you want. Your little queer looking ass, you're probably sucking off Don Mancini backstage or vice versa because you are a queer looking little fucker yourself. With that being said, you do empathize with Jake at first, okay? And Lexi is a character that how that little girl survived, I don't know, because I'll try not to give many spoilers away because I don't give a shit enough to. But Lexi was a real piece of shit early on and like kind of throughout the show. And they kind of become friends, which I kind of feel like was similar to Kyle from Child's Play 2. Because she was like any other franchise, she would have died early on. But there was kind of a redemption arc. But like Chucky kills Jake's dad, and he died by electrocution. She goes to the fucking party and has her hair messed up and is imitating her dad or Jake's dad. And Lexi is Junior's girlfriend, okay? And they're all at a party, and Jake sees her imitating the dead dad being electrocuted. And why the fuck Chucky didn't just kill this little girl, I don't know. Because that moment right there, like, I mean, I don't care. I mean, she was just a horrible little girl, and going to that extreme on a competently written show, they would have killed that little girl. Or if you wanted a redemption arc, you don't have her mock the dead dad and wear a costume looking like him with her hair messed up, like she was being or like he was being electrocuted, and then imitate that. Chucky is not a vehicle for your political bullshit. Chucky is not, you know, supposed to be a vehicle for your fucking anti-religious nonsense. Because again, what do the Child's Play movies prove? What did The Exorcist prove? That we have a soul. If Chucky lives in a universe where the soul is real and Chucky can actually go to the afterlife and do all this crazy shit, if Chucky can just exist inside that doll, then guess what, idiot? Clearly, that means your anti religious and anti Christian sentiment is completely ignorant and stupid. Because if you have a soul, then it's plausible that Christianity could be real in your cinematic universe. So you making fun of it in a world that presupposes that we all have a soul makes you look like just an old queer fucking idiot. Because again, that fucking those AIDS are probably eating your brain, so you're probably not smart enough to figure that out. But to the rest of us intelligent beings, if your universe presupposes we all have a soul and you're making fun of Christianity and acting like it ain't real, then you're a dumbass. Thank you for listening and have a great day.